Wow. Let's see. I'm looking for my colleagues. They might join in as well. Okay, one of them should be here. Oh wait. Alright, good morning. I'll just be waiting for about 1-2 more minutes, then we'll start. Thank you for voting for the topic. I was quite surprised I got the votes because I thought it would be a very nonsensical topic, but I'll see how it goes. Hi, swimming. Glad you can join us, us. Um, let's see.
All the best. I think
Right.
it's my senior. I'm not sure. Nicholas. Yeah. It's very happy to see you here.
Right, great. Of course. I like those that are wearing the giant bow tie ribbons on the back of their head when they walk. When they walk around, they leave this like effect behind them, like a trail of ribbons.
Yeah. But by the way, where you stay?
I'm from PJ.
PJ. Okay.
Yeah. So looks like. Sorry. Wow, Shopee food delivery has some really noisy motorcycles. Okay. Yeah. Right, I guess let's see the clock. Alright, let's begin. Alright, good morning and thanks for joining. So this is the presentation on how to make an automated I think I'm sharing the wrong one. Sorry. On how to make an automated web-based audio player. Maybe it's this one. Let's see. Yay! Alright, I'm Nicholas and I am a web developer at some kind of radio station. So the agenda is basically why, and then some research about it, and then some how-to. So basically there'll just be screenshots of things. I'm not going to go through live demos, so just be prepared to take some notes and maybe. Yeah, thanks Victor if you're around. Basically this stuff about me. So why would I do it? Well, firstly, I have like a bunch of unique recordings that I made myself and like with friends and all that want to be shared, but I kind of like don't really want people to sort of download it, although they can download it, and then it needs to be played randomly. Otherwise, those that are below, I mean I can link it in the link list, but those that are below the fold won't be played, so they have to scroll through the page to play it. So, and I'm also a fan of streaming music sites, like obviously Spotify, the older ones streaming soundtracks. So I was really interested to know how they do it. I first researched and I found a few things. So first there's Radionomy, which allows you to create an online radio station. But the problem with that is you have to split your audio into 10-minute segments. And I think they only accept wave or something like that. Yeah, exactly, at the radio station. And then you have to have a number of listeners tuning in to make sure, otherwise they'll just cancel your radio station. SoundCloud on the other hand is like the YouTube of music, so there you go, it's self-explanatory. It's also like you have to play it one by one. It's a little bit more like a showcase site, so didn't really like that. Also you got to pay for it. Reverb Nation does have an embeddable player, but you still have to split your audio into some amount of segments. it also sends too much spam because it's actually meant for music creators. Mixcloud is pretty good, but the player has no shuffle mode, and I think I've tried to ask for it, but no one has replied, so I don't know what's wrong. So who is sending messages to me? Sorry for the distraction. Oh, okay, thanks Victor. So the solution generally is AWS S3, Amazon Web Services Simple Storage Service, a Lambda function, and maybe an API gateway, but actually we don't really need the API gateway. And then there is this awesome player, JavaScript player, that you can actually create your own music or video player, and it's very flexible. It's playerjs.com. I think I'll pay them for it. And there is a little bit of coding knowledge needed for the Lambda function, so you still need to know a little bit of Python, like this much. So first step, you have to create maybe one or two S3 buckets. So one to store the music files in or audio files in, and the other one to store the playlist. Logical. So the playlist, you have to somehow make a file publicly readable or something so that your player can read it. Then this one is also, I think you have to make it publicly readable as well so that the player can play it. And then you need to configure the Lambda function. There's a script down here, which sends the script to the other S3 bucket, and basically what it does is it scans through the whole S3 where you store your audio files in, and then it will write to the playlist. And it must have the extension .txt or .pls or something, because there's this weird thing called CORS, cross origin restriction something, that doesn't allow it to play. So I'll just check a little bit here. Yeah, humankind. Okay, so once you configure the Lambda, you have to configure the trigger, which is S3. S3 is a simple storage service by Amazon Web Services Chong. So you have to configure the trigger for S3 to trigger this Lambda function whenever there's a new file uploaded. So a new file is uploaded, this thing will run and you regenerate the playlist and then upload the playlist into the S3. So that is where the magic happens. So now you start uploading files into S3, and then the Lambda script will fire and it will regenerate the playlist tabs. There's also a tool that you can use to connect to your Amazon Simple Storage Service. That's the number. Okay, I'm flipping between tabs here because it's a bit difficult when I share screen. Then now you have to configure playerjs. You just go to playerjs.com and then you configure the player. You can actually adjust everything, the color, the play button, what text it shows, where it shows the text. It's really amazing. I think you can explore it yourself. If you need a tiny session, I maybe can do it on an offsite later. Then there's one section where you can actually put the playlist in. So you just copy the publicly shareable URL from the other S3 bucket where you save the playlist file, and then put it into this playerjs section. There's one section, I forgot to show the screenshot, but there's one section where you can insert the file. URL. Yeah, that's it. So then you can set your things, your stuff to play, shuffle and shuffle playlist, and then you save into the cloud, and then you copy the cloud URL into a website, there's a manual there on how to make it embeddable into a website. I've since gone back to WordPress, and they have an amazing plugin that you can use to actually put the cloud URL of player.js there, and then after that use a shortcode with the, sorry it's a bit small here, with the playlist URL as the file parameter. So very simple, and then you can have the playlist, you can have the player.js playing the music already. So if you go to, I'll put it in the chat later. If you go there, you'll be able to hear the sound of the music and the recordings. Alright, so is there any further questions? I'll put it in the link in the chat. The link.
I think I came in late too. It was like 9 minutes into a session only.
Oh, I went too fast, did I? Okay.
It's okay.
Alright. Maybe I should repeat it again, I don't know. Okay, so is there any questions or any part of the presentation you'd like to be enhanced about, since there's a little bit of time left, or maybe there's a lot of time left?
I think you've got 20 minutes left. Yeah, whatever you want to do, let's see. Still a lot of people here.
Okay.
20 minutes.
For instance, alright, so now maybe I can show you a few things like player.js. So I'll mute my mic because there's some background noise coming in now. So like this is the player.js website, and you can actually sign up for free in it, and then say over here you can actually have the player that you can customize, and then the playlist here. Oh, sorry. And you can have a playlist here, and then you can insert the playlist somewhere. I think somewhere here. Oh, here. So you insert the playlist URL here, and then you can save it in the cloud, and then you can grab the URL from the cloud. That's about it, and then embed it into your site. So there's also a help function which actually documents how to actually install the player onto the website, like maybe here. You can actually replace video, or they even tell you a little bit here. So it's an amazing piece of kit, I think. So I guess that's about it. If there's any more questions?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Victor, go ahead.
Let me just look at the center.
Oh wait, you want?
I am actually, okay, so I'm not a technical person. So I just want to understand your aim in doing this presentation.
Yeah, my aim in doing this presentation was just to have I mean, if people are interested to have their own music playing or own audio playing on their own website, then they can do it. This is one way to do it, other than other ways of doing it. I know there are other ways of doing it, like uploading it to Spotify and having people play Spotify and all that. Oh, it's been around off and on for about, I think about maybe 2.5 years. Yeah, it's going through different versions. Like there were initial versions that just use an API call. That's why the API gateway, and then now it's come to this version where I think it's better and easier, that you just when the trigger runs, you just write the playlist file into another bucket or another place, and then you can play the playlist from there. Yeah. Well, there's quite a lot of people just milling about here. I don't know if there's any more questions. This is unusual. I think there are like 26 people that voted. Okay. Yeah, Victor, you got a further question, or I think
I want to know exactly. So like I'm struggling to understand what exactly are you trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? Like I need the unique selling point. Like what is this presentation about? So
yeah, the unique selling point basically is just to put in a music player onto your website that you have more or less total control about, rather than, you know, putting it onto another service, and then that service will say, oh, this file is something wrong, that file you can't put it up here and all that, please don't put up this file again, otherwise you'll be kicked out. Whereas this system, you actually have like more or less total control on it, because it's like your own space and your own customized audio player. So it's things like that. I'm so sorry, I think I went through too fast, but if there's any...
I wonder if Victor is asking the speaker why is he doing a Barcamp talk? Is it?
Well, I think I'm just trying to understand this. So I'm so sorry that I'm actually not a technical person.
Okay.
So I work in blockchain tech and IoT and IR4, but I mainly do a lot of community building. Um, so I have a sort of like surface level understanding of things. Um, and I usually want to give. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
can.
So the goal is I'm always building community, right? So I do try to get a gist. Like I need like an elevator pitch when I listen to something where I can just grasp, like, you know, I grasp the main points of things, so that
I,
I can share it with someone else. So that's
I
my
think Nicholas was just trying to do a tech demo, that's it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He
So I
the
wanted to.
usually people come to Barcamp is not to sell things, it's just to do random sharing. Yeah.
No. I'm not trying to sell. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not a seller. I am trying to get what he was trying to say, and I'm trying to understand his demo. So I know he's not trying to sell. So I hope you guys don't misunderstand. You didn't misunderstand, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
the
my.
thing. So he's just trying to clarify what is inside the
Yeah.
demo, because this is a technical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no worries,
So
no worries. I can actually connect with Nick personally. He's my personal friend. I think Nick, if possible, you can show me the demo again, maybe in your own time.
yes, definitely. And to anyone here who needs like a more private demo, we can go to somewhere else in this gather town or somewhere else, and then we can have a little bit more personalized demo or something. Oh yes, Luis, glad you asked. Actually, it really does. If you have a look at the website, they do have options where you can just put in the YouTube URL and it will play. Vimeo URL. For instance, one of our projects, if you remember, we actually that one is actually using player.js. By the way, actually Luis is my colleague, so yeah, I think he will know what project we're talking about. Yeah, I'll let you know later, Luis, the exact project. But I think you are well aware it's the project that plays videos, the 4 videos. Yeah. Welcome, Luis. He's on his computer that doesn't have a microphone, so yeah, he has to use text. Well, actually, it's supposed to be physical working, but right now because of coronavirus and stuff like that, we moved to virtual environment, which is fine. Even before coronavirus as well, we are okay with virtual environment. So yeah. My computer is basically my my office is basically my laptop. I do have a desktop, but right now I'm using a laptop because it's a little bit better at doing the presentation and a little bit better camera. So that's why. Yeah. Okay. So if there's no other questions, feel free to mingle around here. I'll be away from. Yeah, please don't block the entrance. I'll be away from the keyboard for a little bit, and I think I should be back by maybe 12:30 or so.
Are you gonna go have lunch?
Yeah, it is technically lunch break right now.
But you wanna talk to me first for a while? Or you wanna go lunch?
In a real Barcamp, you don't stand in the classroom, man. You just take a seat. double click on the chair. You just walk.
Yeah, but this one you can't sit down. Like actually sit down. Like in Gaia online, you can sit down.
Yeah, you just double click a chair.
I mean, unless you press and hold the G key, then you can walk through.
Yeah, the G key. But it's not very intuitive, because in real life you can just ask people to,
excuse me. Yeah.
But here you cannot.
You can also. That's why I did just now at the table set.
Finding works. When I double click a chair on the right side, you will just go out of the room one. I don't know why. So
there's a bug there.
There's a pathfinding error. Yeah.
Okay. Funny.
Yeah, what to eat for lunch? Chicken rice.
Yeah, alright. I will be away from the keyboard right now, so if there's anything else, just direct message me. I'll get back to your messages in a short while. And
I'll just take a drink from the backside. Look at that. So much Slurpee.
Backside? Oh god, that's another word lah.
Ew, okay.
I cannot take drink!
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be at the side here. So.
I'm not speaking of lunch.
Family mart.
Yes.
Hey, Willie. Nice.
I regret ordering the Maggi. It's super spicy. Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe I go to a shopping mall below and I'll find some food.
Alright, thanks everybody.
No problem.
Thank you.
Go check out Casey's stuff. It's full of nostalgia right now.
You're welcome. Right, sure. I'll check her out.